Welcome to a world of might and magic, where the only limit is your imagination. Come along with us and find out what happens when you just roll with it.
Without further ado, who wants the recap?
Who doesn't have inspiration?
Krell doesn't at the moment.
Well, I can't do the recap. I mean, I guess you could.
You expect me to remember things about the story I write? Blasphemy!
Absurd! Alright. I think last time was a lot of us. We did a lot of scoping out the path of the parade and kind of making our plan, which ended up devolving into we were going to have Paige get a bunch of zombies, store them in a house, and then on the day of the parade, when we went by that area, he was going to cast Wall of Force, I think, and
Yes.
release all the zombies from the house. So then while the guards were distracted with protecting civilians and killing zombies, we would basically chase down the wolf and kind of bonk him out cold and take him into
It
the
is hilarious
sewers.
that our characters expect that plan to work.
It could!
Just sneak up on a train hunter and just bonk.
Yeah, I think that
We'll figure it out when we get there.
yeah, exactly. We decided, and then we were gonna drag him into the sewers and interrogate him. We are gonna tie him up, all that good stuff.
And ransom him after.
Yeah, and that was really the majority of it. The whole last game was basically one giant planning phase,
Pretty much.
which honestly, gotta respect it.
Yeah, it's the first time we've actually made a real plan that could work, and not just Godwin Spoon's good old-fashioned catchphrase.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, I thought it was fuck it.
Look, Spoon's catchphrase is whatever he said that day and liked. It's a thing that I do. Like, I hear a word that I like, and I'm like, ooh, I'm adding that shit to my vocabulary. And I just say it a million times.
Yep, that's how the human brain works. Alright, let me...
Honestly, Spoon is a philosophy of life to follow.
Just fucking, figure it out. Do what you want.
You should totally write a book. Spoon, a way of life.
He did write a book.
Yeah.
It was made. It was on paper and made with crayons. Remember? He's still got it in his backpack.
It'll rival that of Miyamoto Musashi's 5 Rings.
You gotta hit the bestsellers list higher than the Holy Bible.
Yeah.
It still cracks me up that there is one book out there that lists higher than the Bible.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
And you do not want to know what it is.
I guess I don't.
I
Well,
want to.
You think about it hard enough.
Yes, too.
Is it? No, I'm not gonna say that. I was thinking about like 50 Shades of Grey, but it's like there's no fucking way. Just
Oh, yeah, it's
smut
too-
ranks above the Bible.
I want to say something sex related, something like, or themed. So, what is something ranking above the Bible?
Yeah. What raunchy, horrible, anti-Christian thing is above the Bible?
Okay, so I am now corrected because the Bible has retaken the #1 space.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
And what's number 2?
Quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong. Followed all very closely by the Holy Quran, and then Lord of the Rings.
I watched the first one yesterday because I've never actually seen the original trilogy.
And then right after Lord of the Rings is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
All right.
And then the Boy Scouts Handbook. Number 9 is The Hobbit.
Okay.
That's as far down to that list as I'm going.
I saw Desolation of Smog when it came out, and I thought it was okay.
See, the Hobbit trilogy is good. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is fucking perfect.
Yeah,
I watched Fellowship of the Ring, and it was really good.
yeah,
Yeah,
back a
no,
while
yeah,
ago
that
when
is-
they were making the Hobbit trilogy, the Lord of the Rings was the top book for a hot minute.
Mm.
Anyway, this game we're playing.
Yeah, we're playing
Yeah.
a video game. Or not a video game, a table game.
Well, technically speaking, it is a video game. We're looking at a video screen and playing a game.
I might die if you correct me one more time.
Uh,
I might just die. I might just drop dead.
Please don't.
You'll hear me fall out of my chair, and you will never hear from me again.
Everything's a simulation if you think about it real hard.
There you go. All right.
Anyway, enough being deep and philosophical for at least 10 minutes. Y'all got a grave to go rob.
Yes.
Alright, so Spoon and Paige are making their way in the dark of night to go grave robbing. And, they make their way over to the, slums where they suspect that bodies won't be dearly missed. At least in Paige's foresight.
Yeah, I think along the way, even if Paige isn't listening, Spoon's just like, the other night I was thinking about something. And it's like, I've got a wife. I've got a home of people, kind of ready for me to come back. I'm thinking maybe all these like front lines death missions maybe aren't the smartest thing for me to be doing. I know that's like a whole 180 on kind of what I am and how I perform, but I don't know, it just kind of hit me like a bag of bricks the other night.
I mean, you do have a whole criminal organization that's after our heads. It would be
Exactly.
smart
I
to
mean,
get rid
I
of them.
absolutely want to, be there to help take them down. That's not going anywhere. I'm just saying I might take a bit of a backseat soon.
Man wants to come back alive from the suicide mission, is what he's saying.
Exactly. I might. It's not a suicide mission because we're fucking awesome. We are literally the best at what we do.
Technically speaking, we're the only ones doing what we do.
Exactly. That means we're the fucking best at it.
I can't argue with that logic.
That's another Spoonism for you. If you're the only
I'm pretty sure
person
that's a
doing
Ric
it,
Flairism, but okay.
I don't know who that is. So.
Professional wrestler from
I-
about 25 years ago.
Well, that's 18. No, that's 8 more years than I have been alive. So,
Hold on, let me...
17.
Yeah, I'm 17. Although I do turn 18 in like, what is it? The 13th in like 9 days. Finally, I'll be afflicted by income tax. I don't have a job though. That probably not gonna hit me as hard.
All I will say as a 19-year-old is good fucking luck.
Look, man, I haven't graduated yet. I don't graduate until like May, so I'm not worried about being any kind of adult for at least another like 7 months. I'll stress about it the entire time, but that's that's neither here nor there.
You should.
Yeah,
Great, that's encouraging.
Adulting sucks.
it does.
Yeah,
It
that's what I.
Even if you don't
understood.
want to think about it, you have to.
Yeah.
Well, that's because in America, they kind of, we want you to decide who you want to be for the rest of your life at like 16 to 18.
And shocker,
That's the whole
98% of
world.
people won't be that person.
Exactly.
That's the whole world, Spoon, not just America.
Everyone I
Gotcha.
know that went to college never used their degree for a damn thing.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna go to college for. So it's like, it's all bad. Everything's bad. So, I don't know. Drink Pepsi.
Like, the most I use my collegiate knowledge for anymore is pretty much making the art and maps and shit for my games. That's about it.
Man. Yeah, I mean, checks out.
I know, it's a damn good map.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
I am studying basically computer science, but I really want to be a writer, so let's
Well, those
see.
two go hand in hand, and I just need a good old-fashioned typewriter.
True.
Yes.
Because for whatever reason, every writer I know goes analog, and it's weird. They either have a typewriter or a computer from, like, the 80s.
It's
That's-
because a computer really hurts your eyes and.
Oh, whatever.
I assume you have some type of writing experience.
Just a lot. You know, kind of
Yeah.
writing the existence of this story for several years.
Yeah, you'll know that whole thing, watching the screen for 10 hours and no word comes to your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a writer's life.
Hmm.
I have like 15 books I initiated and couldn't finish.
Yep, that how it be.
Man, if I was worried about damage to my retinas, I'm not.
I just turned down the white balance on my monitors, so they look slightly off, but they don't hurt my
Oh, there you
eyes.
go. There you go.
But then again, I have to turn it back on when I'm drawing, otherwise everything looks wrong colored.
Mm.
Anyway, this game we're playing,
Yeah.
where
yeah,
Spoon's getting real deep about his existence again.
his position in the world. I kind of.
It's like, I have all these weapons for killing, but do I really need to use them?
I mean, I think I mean, I've been using them, so yeah, I think I do. It's just maybe I need to use them less. Maybe kind of function more as like backup and security.
These books
And
I
I'll
gave
also-
you really hit you in the soul, didn't they?
What?
Yeah, it-
no,
it only
wasn't
took
your
a-
fucking books.
It only took a day.
It was not your books. This is kind of. It was really sudden, and it just kind of. You think I read your books? You think they're not just already collecting dust on my desk?
Does Spoon even have a desk?
I think I have like a workbench.
Oh yeah, you do.
And everyone knows that a workbench is basically just a desk plus.
Ooh.
Sometimes I say something and then I'm like, what the fuck? Who? You need to stop. Someone let you like have the
Free
English
speech.
language. Yeah, really.
I'm pretty sure that was a
Tell me
president or
something.
several.
I think I would have a much larger problem if my freedom of speech was coming into question.
Spoon, let me ask you something.
Ask it.
Even if you did come back home, do you even know what to do outside this?
Yeah, I'd live happily with the love of my life. teaching the people of my village how to fight, especially the kid, and hunting. And
Wasn't she dead?
No.
my son died. My wife's fine.
His wife was just
I feel
away that one time we went to visit.
I feel like you ask me that every time we have a conversation about my home life.
We just never got to meet his wife because she didn't have a name yet.
Yeah, I didn't name her.
I know you have a Spoon family tree somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. It's buried in like the depths of my old phone. I'll have to fucking go find that. That is a
You might
worthwhile
say that,
read.
but I feel after a couple years in your hometown, you would be really bored.
I think that's why
a really
he's
pessimistic
here.
way to look at it. I think once I get all of this out of me,
It'll finally be time for retirement.
then I can go home and retire. I'm not saying I'm quitting. I'm just saying I'm, maybe not going to be on the front lines as much anymore. Because if I die and I get sent back to Squirrelstead dead, those people are going to lose a lot of hope. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? You get it.
I feel.
You're not
Although,
dumb. You're smart.
depending where we are, where I am as a mage when you eventually die, you might not be dead, and I don't mean a zombie.
Well, that's for then. This is more of like a now thing.
Paige be getting close to reanimation levels.
Ugh. Ugh.
But, yeah, you continue your conversation all the way to the gates of a very old, very run-down-ish graveyard. The gates are made of wrought iron and squeak loudly as you push them aside. You make your way into an area of the graveyard that is a little more overgrown, a little more forgotten to time. And among the eerie sounds and sights that come with walking through the graveyard, you hear a rather odd sound. You hear humming. Not a jaunty, happy tune, but something a little more macabre. And sitting on one of the headstones at the far end of this rundown area, you see a young man perched on one of the headstones. And this is how your new character's getting introduced.
Ooh, fun.
This is
Yeah.
what all that was relating to. Spoon is getting retired, new character coming in.
Yeah, exactly. Wanted to try something new out. Kinda felt like I needed a change of pace.
Oh.
Wait a moment, let me wipe this tear out. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, Hansel is he's sitting there. I don't think he's wearing the mask right now.
Yeah, I didn't
By
know
the
which
way.
side of the image you wanted for the token. Granted, I can
that
add
art-
both and make it a flippable token, I just have to
If
remember how to
anybody-
do that.
If anybody knows what that art is from, we are friends.
It looks really familiar, but I couldn't place it.
It
It's
looks like
from
the Ica stones from Zelda. Majora's Mask.
That is
Ultimate
Friend
Family.
from the manga 20th Century Boys. He's the main villain as far as I remember.
But yeah, if I remember how, I'll make that a flippable token so you can switch between your identities.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't think he's wearing the mask right now. The first thing that sticks out about him is that one half of his body is completely like pure milky white, and the other half is obsidian black. And he's probably just sitting on this headstone, kind of writing in a journal at the moment, not
Yeah, let me
noticing
just-
Spoon or Page. Oh yeah, you can pull that up.
Yeah. See, that wasn't the first one I thought. and
Yeah, you
when I
thought
heard
of
the idea.
fucking Zetsu,
Yeah, my first thought was
Which is-
Zetsu from Naruto.
which is honestly worse to me because I fucking hate Zetsu.
Oh yeah, he's so annoying. But it's the first thing that popped in my mind when you're like half black, half white.
Not only is he annoying, but he fucking ruined the end of the series.
Yeah, pretty much.
More of a Batman the animated series, so when everyone says, "Oh, half black, half white," kind of thing, we're like, "Oh my god, it's Two-Face! It's Two-Face!"
Oh, did you guys fucking hear that Kevin Conroy died?
I did not.
Yeah, it's upsetting. Because, like, no one will ever do Batman as good as him.
It was 3 days ago he died.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
I didn't even hear about it. But then again, I don't really stay up to date on news.
Yeah.
Plus, you know,
Neither
like
do
3
I.
days ago, everything was all elections.
True. Although, if you're on my feed, it was God of War Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, I've been following that too. I was watching that literally right before I got into the game.
I didn't finish the other one. I couldn't be bothered. It's like, it's not a bad game.
Yeah, it's
every
just
time
there's
I
a
say that,
lot to do.
everyone immediately jumps to like, oh, he hates it. Like, no, it's a fucking stellar video game. It's just like, it's so much like slower paced than the other God of Wars, and it's just like,
Yeah, they did that on
They tried to-
purpose.
yeah, I know they did it on purpose, and it's like, I love me a good action RPG. That's not the problem though. It's going from like God of War 3 to that one is so like fucking. bleh. But it's an absolutely amazing game that I'll probably go back for someday.
Yeah, I was thinking about playing it again. Just cause who the fuck knows when Ragnarok's coming to PC, and I don't know the PS5.
I do.
From what I can tell you about the game, because my sister is currently playing it, it is the most frustrating thing ever. Oh my god, my
Oh,
sister more than once has rage quit, slammed her door, nearly broke something off a shelf. And she's like,
Yeah.
"I'm going back at it." I'm like, "Are you sure you don't want to take a break?" She's like, "No, I'm gonna kill these fuckers."
Must be playing on a higher difficulty then.
Like, God of War has always been difficult. It's just that like you don't tear through enemies in the new style. Like you.
Yeah, because in the old games, everything used to be like based off you get upgrades, you can
hack and
kill these
slash.
enemies. That like you can
Exactly.
combo off of every goddamn thing. Now everything has to have a stat value. And...
Yeah, the original God of War was more like a character action game,
Yeah.
like Devil May Cry. Whereas the new ones are most certainly like a fucking action RPG.
It'll take years until I can play one of the new ones.
Imports are that bad.
Yeah, but also I need to save a lot of money to move.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I can
yeah.
spend on. I still don't have a PS4, so
Neither do I. So anyway, this conversation you're having with yourself here.
Yeah. He's just like going over his notebook and he's like, no.
Oh yeah, I forgot to give you your reference here.
Oh yeah.
So sending you a
Yes,
DM. And I immediately forgot what it was because I didn't write it down.
Don't need a directory. Leave me alone.
Can't spell. There we go. Should give you a little bit more insight.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of
Alright.
similar to the Shikai Stone.
It is.
Now that I'm
yeah.
looking at them side by side.
They are quite similar. Might have honestly, that mask might have been inspired by it, because I think Ocarina of Time came out just a little before 20th Century Boys. Like, I could be wrong about that. I don't really know.
But then again, there's a lot of games and stuff that take like the eye mask symbol.
That is true, yeah. That's just one of the more popular ones.
But yeah,
So-
I'll let you figure out how to roleplay that into existence.
Yeah. I think with that little tidbit, he's probably a lot more cautious then, keeping an eye out, kind of still humming his song in case it would lure the guy for some reason.
Oh, and this is worth mentioning because you're a necromancer and you're a paladin. This isn't hallowed ground.
A fellow necromancer, I am happy.
Hollowed. What does that mean though?
This
Oh,
graveyard
yeah.
was never blessed and sanctified by any
Whoa.
deity. Either that or somebody removed it.
And I think at some point he clocks the two of you over there. He kind of like tilts his head and just kind of gets back to looking around, generally writing in his little notebook, kind of checking off various things. And he's like, this is getting nowhere.
Just turn to Spoon, you know, there's a bunch of weird people in this land. Let's just do our business. If it doesn't bother us, we live in peace.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Eesh. Why does it look like that?
It's not even the weirdest thing you've seen this week, Spoon.
Yeah, that's true. Eesh. I'll keep an eye out. You can do the digging. That seems more I could see you doing that.
Yeah, we'll dig the first grave.
Because after the first, he won't need to dig the second himself.
Yeah, because you'll get the zombie to do it.
Or skeleton.
First skeleton, yeah, let's start digging.
Alright.
By the way, do I know the song Hansel was humming?
Probably not. It was a bit more of like a. It seemed like something that maybe like he made or came from his home.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I will hum a different song then.
What? How absurd. Also, they might have actually. I think once Spoon and Paige start getting to work, Hansel will actually hop off his little. Hop off the headstone and kind of walk over and not get on it, but
Just like lean against it, watch
like,
them.
put his arms over it and rest his chin on it and be like, "Pardon me, gentlemen. Could I ask you a question?"
Sure.
You wouldn't happen to have seen someone leaving this place not too long ago, would you?
No, we just arrived.
I see.
By the way, it is this one isn't one of your family members, right?
What?
The body
It's
he's
really-
currently digging up.
Oh, no, please continue. I don't This does not concern me.
Oh, thank fuck.
This is funnier because I know the classes of Hansel.
Yeah. I think Paige is probably pretty in tune with like that sort of necrotic feel, right?
Probably. Just
I
enough to
would say
sense
he-
a bit of the undeath coming off of Hansel.
Yeah, he gets the faintest like sniff of undead from this guy. I find myself in a bit of a predicament. You two don't seem like the common folk here in Nevermore, from what I understand. So perhaps this may not be too far out of your league. Are you familiar with a group here called the Syndicate?
We might be.
Ah, perfect. See, I'm on the trail of one of their members at the moment. And I figured I might be able to use a bit of help finding him. As I've lost him. I had this trail for so long, and once he started walking amongst these tombstones, I lost him.
So you know the nickname he goes by?
Yes, he goes by the Mortician. Fitting for a man
Mortician.
walking into a graveyard. And Spoon would be like, "Oh shit, that's another name I gotta put on the board." But where? That's
I was going to say a variation of
Just
that.
writes it down on like his Vanguard in crayon.
Dude, fuck it. He's got a red crayon. He's like, "Fuck it, Mortician." Fuck, I wonder where he would.
Well, as it so happens,
Vangreave, not
sorry,
Vanguard.
As it so happens, sorry I didn't get your name.
I am Hansel Vastikov, but just call me Hansel.
Yes, Sir Hanzo. We are actually after the syndicate for maybe similar reasons. But we
Perhaps.
don't know about this mortician.
I see. Then maybe it would be best if we allied for the time being. I can give you the info I have. I can maybe help you in your taking down. It sounds
Well,
like you've got an operation going then.
Yeah, we have taken some of them out. How many will we take, Spoon?
Oh, dude, it's been a lot. Let's see. There was like
Approximately this many.
it was the spider and oh good.
Add that one
let's see.
in.
1, 2. He's like counting on his fingers as he looks at his little like remake of the diagram. 3, 6, 7. 7 members.
7 members, and we did burn their prison the way out.
And we did burn their prison down, yeah. So that, I'm sure some like not officials, but like guards or whatever of their group died there. I see. This is quite the little chart then. You made this. Yeah, I made it. I put it up on a corkboard. Huh. Okay, well... Yes, perhaps I could help you gentlemen out. I'm a bit capable in fields of certain magics if you're lacking in that department. Or perhaps you just need more bodies to throw at the problem.
Yes, we are currently trying to take down a man known as the Wolf.
Currently, literally in the process of getting more bodies to throw at the
I'm still in that. Yes, we are currently in the process of that.
Ah,
It was there. It was
Oh, you-
perfect. I had to.
I see. I see.
Uh.
Very well. If you two are going to be working, I could keep an eye out for you.
That would be helpful. Stick my
I
hand
suppose I
out.
have.
Page.
I did. Paige, a pleasure. And I'm Spoon. Lovely. Great name. Your mother must have loved you.
Seeing you act opposite yourself is hilarious, by the way.
It is.
Oh, love it. Love everything about it. Ugh.
So yeah, I think he'll kind of Hanzo will kind of walk around now. Oh, this fucking thing is happening again. Whatever. And he'll just kind of keep an eye. Fucking why? Why me? I know it's not happening to anybody else.
What?
Every time I click and drag my token, it brings up the token settings.
No, that's been happening a lot.
And maybe it's just a Roll20 problem then.
It doesn't happen to me.
Weird. It's
Also-
not, well, okay, it's not every time, but it's very frequent.
Isn't like your mouse? I forgot the thing too high. I think it's the DPI.
Oh, that could be it, because my laptop is lower than it. Oh wait, no. Oh, you mean the DPI itself. Not the fucking position.
Oh, I see why.
What?
Because they fucked it up, so
Oh,
it used to be when you were clicking and dragging, you couldn't also move the map with you using the right-click mechanism. But for some reason, they took out the safeguard. So you're also dragging your token and trying to drag the map at the same time.
Oh. That's fucked up. I see. I'm gonna be right back.
Alright. Paige just got a corpse to dig up anyway.
What song's Page humming now? I wonder.
Hold on, I need something a little more, disturbing for that. What I should have had going, there we go.
Yeah, definitely works.
A little loud, but... Interestingly, I had these set aside for when we went to the, Dwarven temples, but we just never did.
I love Dwarven music in general. Like, if you would search for Dwarven music in the internet, there's for some reason a lot of.
Well, literally every song in this playlist starts with the word dwarf temple.
Yep.
I could imagine it's because, like, maybe next to elves, dwarves are one of like the most popular fantasy things.
Yep, but dwarfs are better than elves.
Well, you know.
Particularly their singing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you missed
Yeah.
that part of the conversation.
I was an elf fan until I played Dwarf Fortress, and now I'm a dwarf guy.
I think both have their merit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot to turn my DPI back down after I was dicking with it. Because mine has adjustable right on the mouse, I just gotta press a button. I like to keep it at the medium setting.
Yeah, I always say that because I play some like really old games, and if the DPI is too high, it starts bugging everything.
Yeah, because the game can't keep up with the
Your
movements.
mouse movements.
Yep.
So it thinks you're moving way too fast for it to register. So it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, Paige spends a good half hour or so digging up the first body. And from what you could tell, it was an older gentleman, probably felled by some disease. Seems to be lizard folk in origin.
Ooh. Fun.
The lizard folk. Yep. Animate that.
Begins to twitch and writhe and rise from its grave. Is Paige accidentally starting an apocalypse? Things to worry about later.
I'll give it the shovel. Dig the rest of the graves.
Hold on, let me get my tokens here.
And
Monsters.
I will immediately clean myself off with prestidigitation.
Never summon zombies. I need to put them at the top of the list. Gonna need that. Yeah, the zombie takes shovel in hand and just starts digging up the nearest grave.
Ugh. It never gets easy to see something like that.
I love how in the end there will be like 10 zombies digging at the same time.
They're gonna be singing like a workers' song.
Just completely in undead moans and groans. Meanwhile, back at the ranch... Carl's probably just hanging out with the kids. Teaching them important things like knife safety.
Yes, from the blind goblin that likes to stab things.
But those she miss with knives.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And
She's
even though she's blind, she doesn't cut herself, so
Yeah.
she knows the knife safety a lot.
Yeah, she's teaching them how to be safe with knives. Because if anyone needs to know how to defend themselves, it is tiny and easily exploitable children. And they are going to outlive Krell by several dozen times.
Unless Paige has something to say about that.
They're... they're drow. They're gonna live for a couple centuries, minimum.
I know.
Krell's got like another 40 years.
Yeah, aren't elves like basically immortal if they're in their homeland?
Something like that. I know where the ring elves are. Because they have the purifying light tree or whatever the hell it is that's just constantly regenerating them.
Renamed Yggdrasil. Got it.
I was going to say a spoiler, but since Spoon hasn't watched the fucking films yet,
My
I
bad,
can't.
alright?
The Silmarillion has been out for like 40 years. It's not spoilers at this point.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
my
basically the reason the elves have to leave Middle-earth is because the sin that Sauron put in the lands is corrupting.
Yeah,
their
it's
souls, so
corrupting
they can
them,
live
so
forever.
they'll all die if they don't leave. Unless they could
Right.
get Mithril to harness the life energy to purify them.
They very briefly mentioned it when the Fellowship was being formed.
Yeah. That's why you only see like 4 elves that whole time.
Yeah, like
In the
Galadriel's
big
like,
elf city.
We're leaving, you know. We can't stay here for much longer. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, alright. Okay. Thank you.
Ugh.
Anyway, but Paige will make sure that all his allies live as long as he wants them to.
Until they're just
As long as he
tired of
needs-
living.
As long as he needs
Yep.
them to.
You know,
Ugh.
having strong allies is very good.
Yeah, nothing like
Yes,
bringing
it's-
back level 20 adventurers when you need someone to defend you. But yeah, Krell over here teaching children knife safety. Being responsible somewhat adult.
Goblin adult. Human child.
Yeah, she's teaching them how to properly handle them without harming themselves, and potentially how to do harm to others.
Yeah. Hey, you know how you
Because
can
both
stab
Joshua
somebody?
and Lyra do have player levels. Just
They
like
both
everyone else in the
rogues?
house. I forget what their classes are.
Wasn't
Fair
one
enough.
of them rogue?
I think so.
He's gonna be cracked with a dagger.
Lyra is a druid,
Hmm.
and Joshua is a rogue.
There we go. A druid. I wouldn't have guessed.
For lore reasons we'll get to later.
Ooh, more reasons.
Potential time skip, what?
What?
What, you think we were going to take down an entire criminal organization in, like, a couple weeks?
Maybe.
It's got that,
We still got to track down the top boys from each branch.
that is
True.
true. We have not
And
done
it's
that.
taken us long enough just to find names for the little fish. What's Boots up to with her his new cat familiar?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited to have that. I think once again I am very devoted to making one of the zombies a wizard. So Woods is forgetting all like research things and like drawing or sketching out designs. But I need measurements and I need fabric. Not the fabric I stole, but the fabric I can make this happen.
Yeah, yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to get your hands on some usable. The hell's the word for a roll of fabric? I cannot think of the actual word.
Oh fuck, I had the word too. Bolt.
There you go, bolt of fabric. Thank you.
I was gonna say spindle.
No, that's the thread. Now you know. Yeah, I'd be drawing out design, knowing what I want to get, and yeah, I'll get that.
Yeah, easily findable in
oh.
the shops.
I wasn't sure how long this would take, or if we're all going together to the Dwarven to get the gems of appraisal. But I think I would want muscle to do that, and plus chaos. So I'm basically making a shopping list and probably ordering a few things.
All right.
I assume Spoon and Paige is all right.
We're not getting jumped anytime soon.
You never know.
That you know.
That we know, yeah. that I foolishly assumed, like I always do.
Anything can happen anywhere at any time. What's the old military quote? Be
What could
kind, be
possibly go
courteous, and have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Yeah, probably. That was probably. Yeah.
I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but that's pretty much the quote.
I know that was said in Meet the Sniper.
Oh, probably.
Oh, that's where the Doctor Who quote came from. What's the fucking...
Don't know, never watched a single episode.
You
I
never
watched.
Yeah, I watched that series religiously for a few years, so...
I watched it a ton when I was.
I had a friend that kept recommending it to me, but it just seems like so massive an undertaking. It'd be like watching One Piece again.
Or Game of Thrones.
Never watched an
I will
episode
admit,
of
I
that
never
either.
got into it
Good.
until my
Don't
sister.
read the books. Don't fucking watch the show.
I
I only
keep
got into
hearing.
the show because David Tennant and Heather, my sister, was like such a huge fan. She's like, "We gotta watch it. It has David Tennant." And I'm like, "Okay, sure."
Yeah,
And then
I thought
I
the same
can
thing
only
about
go
Peter Dinklage because I love him. He's
It's
hilarious.
weird. I recognize the doctors that act in other things before I recognize them as the doctor. It's like, don't I know that guy? And then I'll IMDb it, and I'll be like, yep, that's one of the doctors.
You know with voice actors all the time because I'll hear a voice and I'll be like, all right, that's got to be one of these three people. And it's typically Troy Baker, Roger Craig Smith, or Patrick Seitz.
Sounds about right.
Because those three guys are in fucking everything ever.
Yeah, when you're looking for a voice actor, you look for the best.
Exactly. Hell, Roger Craig Smith's been Sonic for like the last 13 years.
Pretty much. Like
Never
the dude
be
that
cruel, never be cowardly, and yeah, that's the phrase.
That's it.
So it's basically
Never be
the
cruel
other
and
way
never
around.
be cowardly.
yeah, I think that's the Doctor
There
Who
was
version.
more, but it's more a contest thing than actually.
Oh, I see it.
Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, the game. We're playing the game. Phew.
I like this playlist.
Oh yeah. It was retired Marine Corps General James Mattis that the quote was from.
Gotcha.
And it's be polite, be professional, and have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's it.
He also advised Marines in Iraq to stay vigilant in that vein. He also once said there's only one true retirement plan for terrorists.
Jeez. Whoa. This guy was like,
He was a badass. Still is.
He liked his job. I can say that.
Man was a retired general. He loved his job. Alright. Back over in the graveyard. I should be adding more tokens.
lots of zombies.
You know what? I'm
How
moving.
many zombies are digging out?
You know what? I'm moving the zombies to and skeletons to a completely different.
I love the idea of some like random peasant just coming bringing flowers and seeing zombies digging graves.
No, that's horrible.
No, just seeing you dig up the family member that came to visit.
I mean, if he comes here, he's the next zombie.
That's fucked.
Yeesh.
Chaotic evil, it's the alignment.
Couple hours pass, you get a good half of the graveyard dug up.
I didn't think corpses could be such efficient workers.
Yeah, I have a plan for using a lot of them in the future.
Is that right?
It is. They obey. I will give a slap to the zombie. This baby here can do any type of work for 24 hours without command.
I know exactly what meme you're going for too.
This baby can kill so many guards.
This baby gets like, it's got mad horsepower. It's such a weird meme.
This man gets
guy
20
has a
stabs to the
samurai.
resurrection.
Yes, it was. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. It's not like they can do much else aside from work.
Yes, work.
Definitely no other reason. I think that. So, if I may ask, now that you've desecrated this place, what's on the agenda next?
I suppose I can trust you. We have the wolf part of the syndicate
Right.
coming to town in a week or so.
Ah,
We
It's
are
just
planning
listen
to
to
fill
that?
a house with these boys to, cause a distraction while we try to kidnap him.
Ah,
Hopefully we'll manage to get information and a ransom perhaps.
I see. A job for both profit and for furthering the mission. Smart.
Exactly.
I take it, perhaps your little operation is a bit strapped for cash.
Uh, yes, we currently are spending a lot of money in some ancient artifacts we need to.
Makes sense. Eh, not all scans to me. It's not like I've got anywhere to really go at the moment. Perhaps I will, until I can crack down this fellow, I will assist you in moving these bodies, I suppose.
That will be appreciated.
We've got a similar goal in mind, so there's not much I shouldn't be able to do for you. Still, though, this is a lot of corpses. Are you planning to use that wheelbarrow to transport them?
Yes, we have a small cart up there.
Yeah, it's heavy and it's gonna get heavier.
They are, since they are very obedient, we will just tell them to lay down till we get to the place, then I will tie them down in the house. After we lock the last zombie, all we need to do is tell him to untie the others.
Can they do that? Can they untie knots?
Yes,
Wow.
as long as they are not too complex.
The versatility.
Believe me, it's incredible. If you find something like a mine, for instance, you could just use them as miners for free.
That seems a bit amoral, but well, you know, it gets the job done, I suppose.
I mean, their souls are not trapped in here, so it's not amoral. You're just using the flesh.
Ah. Is that true, or is that what Paige thinks?
No, it is true actually.
It's actually how the spell works.
Alright, cool.
You just like feel
That I can fully
mimicry
see
of life.
I could fully see that like being something Paige says.
That's why all the spells that truly reanimate something say you need a willing soul for it.
Ah.
So yeah, you could cast Resurrection, and the person could just choose not to come back.
That's a real Goku move. Although I feel like a wish is a bit different than a resurrection.
Yeah, the wish spell would be completely different.
Well, yes. Yeah. It is an.
Hold on, I just found the perfect fucking meme for Spoon's retirement.
Ooh. Retirement from the mission, but not from fighting yet. He's still got a bit of work to do.
It can be both.
I'm gonna add me in, sure. Fuck off. What do
You know, the thing about being a necromancer is every time you search for some type of art, it's all edge art stuff.
Yeah.
I fucking love Berserk.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I need to read more Berserk, man.
Fucking embracing the edge art stuff.
I've been trying for like a fucking year to get my hands on a full set of physical copies.
I have a friend of mine trying to do that as well. It is expensive.
Oh yeah. So exactly how many zombies are you getting in this one outing?
25.
Just emptying out the fucking graveyard bit by bit. Nobody notices.
Yes.
They're just all filling in their own graves after they get out of them.
Very watchful eye.
Yeah, I don't see how that'd be a problem. Just fill it up. Who is digging graves to notice the corpses are still there?
I wonder, is this a passive ability? Do I have to activate this? Oh no, Eyes of Night is passive. I just have 300 feet of dark vision. Cool. I can see quite well.
God, when Krell had fucking Devil's Sight, it didn't even go that far.
Yeah, Twilight clerics are, well, shit. I mean, yeah, they're fucking. Twilight is a crazy domain.
All the clerics are crazy.
Yeah, they're all pretty nutty. Clerics are just nutty, period.
Pretty sure they got the most subclasses out of any class. There ain't a single one of them that misses.
Yeah, correct.
And there's, you know, Ranger, Rogue, Barbarian. Most of their subclasses suck.
Yeah. Which you got the occasional, like, they could be like crazy cool though. Like, I'm not sure how viable wild magic barbarians are, but they're fucking cool.
Like, I love the concept of the Berserker Barbarian, but in gameplay,
Sucks.
it's not
so
worth it.
bad. Like, what, you get an extra attack if you're raging?
Yeah.
And what, you're immune to frighten and charm conditions?
And you can go into an even further frenzied rage, but you take exhaustion as soon as your rage ends.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And since you can rage multiple times between long rests, you could end up with like
Just, like
2-3 stages of exhaustion in a single outing.
Class's main ability, exhaustion's a bit too much of a punishment.
Well, you have to go into the furthered frenzy rage. That's a choice. You can do your rage normally,
right?
but frenzied rage gets you the bonuses on top of the regular rage bonuses.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But
25. That's a very big number.
how powerful are you?
Very.
Yes, you are possibly on the fast track to some sort of undead king. Maybe.
I
don't know
do
how
plan
that's
to become a lich.
Oh.
Still hasn't taken step 1.
I see.
I already said that I was going to the temple after with this business.
Yes, it's a lich. Curious thing, that.
Not all leeches are evil, you know.
I mean, you are currently desecrating an entire graveyard, so.
I know, I wasn't. I
Well,
didn't mean
I'm-
me.
Perfect. How lovely.
But I mean that in the sense that I don't plan to commit bigger evils when I turn to lich.
Oh, gotcha. You just. Wait, so then why do you plan on being a lich?
Well, first of all, I don't plan on dying.
Right, of course, that is.
Forgets that he will get the witch spell long before lichdom.
By the way, how long is the word in the Forgotten Realms?
What?
Like how how old is the wording Forgotten Realms?
God damn it. I knew this a while ago.
It's like the one important question on the test that you didn't study for.
I have it written down in like 3 different places, and I can never find them when I need them.
Jeez.
I think it's like 1440 something post Cataclysm, but I do not remember.
Yeah. Well, and
Or not post Cataclysm, post Dale Reckoning.
Okay. Well, so and as far I'm a little of a bookworm, and after about 15,000 years of history in multiple worlds and dimensions, I think my life expectancy as a halfling won't be enough for it.
Ah. Yes, that's. I understand. I'm quite content with the a century or so I will be allowed to live.
1489 Dale Reckoning.
1489. Yeah, about 50,000 years, 15,000 years.
Ah. Oh, so if anything makes sense, I suppose it's that.
Plus, life is too interesting to be dead.
That is quite.
I'm writing it down on the front of my main notes page. I'm not losing it again.
Someone with a desire for lichdom, that is a rather respectable ideology.
Yeah, after some time, you get your full collection of zombies. And now you've got to usher them back into the city.
I did say that I bring a cloth to put above them.
You just rock up to the main gate with a massive cart full of dead bodies. You didn't think how you'd explain this to anybody, did you?
No.
I might have a solution. Depends.
Solution away.
Let me. So, the greater invisibility. It does say creature, but what if it also says anything the target is carrying, or what? And now, what if I just made the thing invisible? What if I made Spoon invisible while he's pushing it? Would it become invisible because he's technically carrying it?
Well, yeah, if it is like a cart that you pull with a handle, you would be carrying its weight. So
Perfect.
technically speaking, Spoon could make the target. Well, Spoon wielding the cart can make the entire cart invisible. It just look really goofy.
Yeah, that would be totally fine.
Yeah, like no one else would be able to see it, but it would look goofy as shit. Not to mention, you'd still be able to hear the wheels over the cobblestones. But with so many other people going in and out, it might have enough sound cover.
Exactly.
This is the goofiest I've ever heard this spell being used, just saying.
Well, great use of my only 4th level spell slot.
It works.
Exactly.
I don't have any spell to create a creature to put in the place where the card would be.
So yeah, you see, Hanzel just kind of like lifts the arm from like the milky white half of his body, and it glows briefly for a moment, and Spoon and the card just there. Should take care of the problem. Oh wait, it lasts for a minute, so I suppose he would cast it once they get there.
Yeah, when they're close enough.
Yeah, they kind of rush along.
Just some passerbyers on the road just look at the group funny, just like rub their eyes. They're just like, what the hell just happened? Yeah, you never really think about bystanders when you're just casting magic in the open.
Nope, they're fine.
I think it's more of you know what will happen if you say anything.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, y'all make it through the checkpoint as quickly as possible. Everybody has their papers. It's good times. Yeah, alright. I assume you're stopping by the zombie shack next to offload.
Yep. Like I said, I'm tying every single one of them.
Alright, you get all of them in the house and properly restrained. You throw a bit of cloth over the window we broke to get in there originally, so nobody could see in it.
It's literally what I've done. I've got blankets over my windows.
Okay, I guess I
Needs
suppose I
lights.
can get rid of the graveyard music now. Alright, so now that you've unloaded that, where to next?
I didn't ask earlier, but I suppose you have a base of operations, yes?
Yeah, we do have a headquarters.
I see.
Since you plan to join in, I guess it's okay if you come with us.
God, our group is so trusting of random strangers we meet in weird
I know.
places.
I know.
Imagine how quick we would actually get infiltrated by the enemy.
Oh, for sure. See.
I mean, a little metagaming, but we do know it's a player, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would just be boring if we were suspectful.
You know, it would make sense.
Note
but
to
it
self,
would definitely
suddenly
slow-
add in another person into the group and have them be an enemy.
Um,
That would be funny.
yes, I suppose.
There's actually a couple guys in my other group that would love to do that exact thing.
No,
Don't say that. Don't actually do it, please.
Yeah, we're going to be suspicious of every person that will be added to this game.
yep.
You've ensured that every person that comes into this game, if there is any, will be met with like glares and insight checks.
Well, if you can't trust the heavily armed people that are at your sides, who can you trust?
Very, very true.
Alright, so where are y'all going after the zombie shack?
Probably to the Vision headquarters.
Alrighty. Why did I put that as a map item? Alright. Home again, home again.
Ah, quite the place you have here.
It's good enough, I guess.
This is like it's like a full mansion,
It is.
and it looks like you've got some sort of construction going on. Are you adding more rooms?
Yeah, I haven't gotten into that yet.
Oh, because we hired a contractor a while ago. I don't remember who the rooms were for. Now that I think about it,
It was for
It was for
Woods.
Bang and Woods.
those were banging.
See, this is like, I think honestly with Woods, I don't even trust you guys yet, because you just let like, oh, we accepted these two members, you let one of them die, and we're like, oh
He didn't
shit, I
let
think this
one die. Spoon murdered him.
exactly, that's why I'm like,
under the influence of mind control. Come on.
But Woods is suspicious of everyone anyway.
exactly.
I guess Banks broke.
If anything, Krell is more trusting of anybody. Probably because her ears are good enough to hear heartbeats a la fucking Daredevil. But
Or off.
then again, that only works on people that have beating hearts. Woots is hard to read.
Mhm.
But yeah, if it wasn't stupid obvious, Crow was originally based on Toph. And then I just
no,
kind of
it's
went
like-
wild with
Because
it.
I wouldn't have initially guessed because at the time of the first the Mines of Phandelver, I hadn't actually seen Avatar yet.
Well, you remember her announcement name from way back then when we did arena fights? It was literally Toph's arena name.
The Blind Bandit, that's right.
That was kind of a nod to her origin.
Mm.
But she became a lot more than that.
Yes, now she's
Loud
now
illusion
she's the
goblin that busts
illusion
kneecaps for
goblin that'll
fun.
break your knees.
And he's the avatar of Loki.
Not technically an avatar, we just happen to be sharing a body with two souls.
Yeah, true.
Ah, I saw your ox out front. He seems
Fat as fuck.
Where did you get an ox?
Oh, that's our boy Maurice. He's the house pet.
And he's totally not stolen.
Ah, of course, of course. Perhaps this is good. No, this is fine. Everything is fine.
Every now and again, you'll just hear a thunk of, like, something hard hitting wood every now and again.
What?
That's the construction workers.
That is not construction workers.
It's like in the house.
It's, like, echoing every like, 30 seconds or so. Just a steady thunk of something hard against wood.
Well, I don't want to wander. I would feel a bit rude. I suppose I will follow you, big man and little man.
Go on, give the tour.
Yes. Perhaps it was not made clear. I'm politely asking you to show me around.
Yeah, sure. We have the living room about here. Right in this front is the war room. There's probably someone in there
Mm.
fixing whatever gibberish Spoon wrote in the board again.
Come on, it's not that bad.
And Woots is otherwise occupied anyway.
I'm home.
We
Ah,
do
so
have
I
a.
imagine- So this
yes.
war room is where all of your planning happens?
Yes,
You couldn't have
can-
said that any more suspiciously.
He doesn't know. As far as he's concerned, he met these guys and they're robbing a grave. And they
Says
didn't
the
have
living
a
dead
plan.
man.
They don't know that.
Paige already got the reek of undeath off of you.
Yeah, but that could mean anything.
Well, it means you're
Well, you
either a
just-
necromancer or the product of one.
Exactly.
Ooh.
He doesn't know.
But aren't we all? The two divisions of people. Necromancers and the people that have been fucked with by necromancers.
Truly. Right. Okay, that makes war rooms. That strikes me like you've got a cork board and red thread
And
We
lots
do.
of crayon.
and lots of crayon. Beautiful.
Yeah, there no
I see.
fighting the war room, please.
I didn't plan on it, but now I especially won't because you told me not to.
Just stealing lines from Avatar now.
That's from Strangelove.
It was also in the Avatar movie.
Oh,
The James Cameron Avatar, I should specify.
Not the M. Night Shyamalan.
But then again, it's been in a lot of movies, so...
but the original
pretty
one
sure
is from Doctor
actually in-
Strangelove.
I'm pretty I'm pretty sure it was actually in The Last Airbender as well.
It might have been. Who knows?
When they were, I think it was in the episode about the Avatar state. Or maybe it was no bending in the war room. Maybe that's what it was.
Something like that.
We do have a couple staff in the house. Security, an accountant, a cook. We still have not hired a cleaner.
Yeah.
Ah.
Or, daycare.
Or daycare.
And Chori's just been kind of pulling double duty on that one.
We should maybe raise her salary.
Yeah, we'd probably give her like a bonus. I don't like the implication of any children being involved with this kind of thing. But I
Don't
suppose
worry,
it's
they're not
it's much risk,
participants.
But
Oh, they just live
speaking
here?
of, by the time you
Yeah.
get to the dining room, you just see Krell and both the children throwing knives at a shield Krell is mounted on the wall.
Oh,
And that's what the
Yeah,
wood thunking was this whole time.
oh, is
Yeah, I
this-
don't think I have any words for that.
Oh dear. Well, if I'm not mistaken, it appears that three children are throwing knives. This doesn't seem. I feel like there should be rules against this kind of thing.
I'll give you 5
Uh,
seconds to rephrase before the next one takes out your tongue.
Ouch.
Yeah, that one is not a child.
Oh, she's right. Just not just a goblin, but is a goblin. My apologies.
Better.
I see your tongue is as sharp as the knives you threaten with.
Sharper, in fact.
Anyway, Crow, this is Hansel. He's, I guess for now he might be a business partner.
Hansa Vastikov. It's a pleasure, I suppose.
Wish I could say the same, but I haven't known you long enough yet.
Wow. Very forward, I appreciate it.
Well, when you can tell if anybody's lying, it's very easy to be a judge of character.
I don't follow.
These ears hear everything.
Hmm,
He's not lying.
very well.
And
Yes,
those
well.
are Lyra and Joshua.
They wave kind of haphazardly, like half hiding behind Krell. But they're actually taller than her, so...
Yes, of course, I have a bit of a frightening sight. No matter. So, I heard talk of this, a plan for the parade, yes?
Yes, let's go to the war room.
Alright, be there in a minute. I'm just gonna get the kids off the bed. Krell ushers the kids off to their beds.
I don't know why, but that idea scares me.
Krell being any kind of nurturing figure.
Yep.
Listen. Krell's trying to be the parent they never had.
Yeah, the one that teaches them how to throw knives.
Krell knows what it's
Oh.
like to have been left alone and just ignored by society. Let Krell have emotions, damn it.
I'm not saying she. Oh man. Neglected.
Just because she's angry and stabby all the time doesn't mean she can't be kind.
Right. I never. She's always been like the jokey sort. She's got the personality behind those stabbing duels.
She waves her hands in the air and just does a little minor illusion of sparkles to just read out, fuck you.
Ah,
How she knows what those letters look like is beyond anybody's understanding.
then
Good point.
I think in response he would cast a message at her and just respond with, "That is most unkind."
I think I like this guy.
Perhaps the less practical uses of magic are a bit more fun than I initially believed.
Oh, I believe you can do some wild shit with magic.
Yes, I'm vehemently aware. Oh man. I'm looking at my spell list. Just all this shit I've got.
Actually, I would just snap my fingers and use this guy's self to make me look completely different.
Ah,
Crow responds
Yes.
with major image to add monkey-like features to you.
ah,
See, now I look like Spoon.
ouch. Cutting. I see. I suppose not. I suppose I didn't quite expect an operation of this caliber to be professional, but it's quite charming, actually.
Well, if you can't have fun in your own home, where the hell can you have it?
Yes, that is. I suppose that is true.
Oh yeah,
That's like the
Woods
most
is-
cutting thing she said.
yeah, Woods. This is Hansel.
Yeah, honestly, I think Woods has just been like staring
Yeah.
at the newcomer, and also what's a Han's attire? Is he actually wearing that suit?
No. At the moment, he's wearing something a bit more. I'll post the actual picture in chat because it's a side-by-side thing.
Yeah, it's a side-by-side picture. I just chose one of them.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll
I
add
got-
a flippable token to it so you can use both.
He's dressed a bit more like normally.
Shabbily.
Yeah, shabbily. Just very like something he like threw together because he was like at a cheap store. He was like, "This is a bargain bin outfit."
Just these fit me and will disguise me somewhat.
Also, can I do like an insight check on like Han's, like see like what's his vibe kind of thing?
Certainly.
Murderous. Oh,
Alright. What kind of vibes Hansel give it off?
Hanzel is, firstly, while he seems to be a generally kind of playful guy, he, even just by looking at him, you feel like this is a guy who's got a lot of conflict going on inside of him.
Well, I mean, you can tell that just by looking at him.
Exactly, that's what I said. He's very like he acts playful, but just from like being around him, you feel a little more somber than you did before.
Well, I mean, we live with Paige, so...
Well, Paige is a fucking like evil necromancer. I feel like that's a lot different. Perhaps melancholy is the right word.
Yeah, probably. I think that's a pretty good definition.
Okay.
I suppose we didn't get the pleasure to meet yet. Hanzel Vastikov. I believe our goals with the syndicate are similar, so I will be a temporary member of your operation.
I think like Woods would like kind of tilt his head, like look you like his like glass eyes are just kind of like staring at you, but then like he'll fix his head like the normal thing, and then like reach out a hand. What's steel? And I think, yeah, as I said, like his voice kind of goes like up and down kind of thing. I can't do that in real life, but yeah, he does do that. So what's steel?
Yeah, Hansel shakes your hand. Whoops. Rolls off the tongue nicely. I hope we get along.
No worries. I'm slightly new to this group as well. Only been here for at least, I don't know how long, a few weeks?
Something like that. It's
Yeah,
been a minute.
few weeks.
I see.
They're not unorthodox, but they get the job done in their way.
Very well. I think Hansel is very much like looking at the board and writing down all of the names you have on his checklist. I see priest, dragon, wolf.
Yeah, Spoon, add the what's the name again?
The mortician.
The
Done.
mortician to the
Right,
board.
right there. I put him in the square I think fit him the best, or the triangle. Whatever. I made weird shapes. I could have just made it a bunch of circles.
Almost like the different shapes show different ranks to make it make sense.
Yeah. Well, it's organized. How did you come across a lot of this information?
A lot of killing.
Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
a little too much killing sometimes.
Did,
Uh,
I'm sorry, did the
guys
man
that
who
we
just
captured-
resurrected a whole graveyard say there was too much killing?
yeah, we didn't get any information from some.
Ah, that's why. Because he didn't directly benefit. I mean, there's various methods to speak with the dead.
Including directly speaking to them.
Crazy.
We did that actually.
Oh, how did it go?
There's still a
They
skull in
did-
our fireplace from that exact thing.
Yeah, they are very willing after being killed.
That sounds like sarcasm.
No, they really don't want to answer the way the truth.
Hmm.
We don't have any ways to torture them, so
So, okay, I suppose that makes sense to some degree.
that's why we are planning to capture the wolf alive. He will be our.
Right. Yes, you didn't quite run me through the plan.
Yeah, as you see, I'm going to start pointing at the map in the center of the table. Here is where the parade will be going on.
Mm-hmm.
We have these check marks here will be where we'll be located. Here's me, Krell, and
Crow's just animating like little figures of us across the table to show the plan.
yeah, this house is where we are keeping the zombies, the workers, let's say. After when the parade is around here in this place, I will open the lock and cast Wall of Force around this direction.
Ah.
While the guards deal with the zombies, Spoon and Woods, if I'm not mistaken, will try to kidnap the wolf.
Okay.
Of course, I will help. After that, we will run to the sewers and wait for the dirt to lie down. Then we will begin the procedure.
Alrighty. That's sure thing. Alright. I'm not sure if I could play a part in that. I suppose I could stay by your side page if any mishaps with the workers should occur.
That would be helpful.
And I've got some magics in my armory that could maybe help us with finding this wolf should things go awry.
Is that your specialty?
No, it's just a spell granted to me by a ward from my home village.
Are you from somewhere else in the dark, or?
No, I came from. My village was on the Sword Coast.
Come on, you gave me a 3-page backstory.
It wasn't that long. Come on now.
It was pretty long.
Well, you know. Look, I've been thinking about this character for a long time, alright? First, the idea was something that definitely didn't work, rules as written. But I was going to ask about it at some point anyway. And then it eventually transferred into what it is now. As I thought about it more and more.
Yes, because we play 100% rules by written.
No, I'm just saying, like, the idea itself was going to be kind of absurd and weird. And I'm not sure. I'm sure you would have let me do it, but it definitely doesn't. Not a lot of people would, I would like to think.
I got no problem with homebrewing shit.
All right, then. How did you start the chase with this? Like, looks towards the crayon board with mortician. The mortician.
That is.
Come on, this was in your backstory.
I know. Yes, this. It's something quite personal. I was nearly killed by my sister, who I believe ran off to join the syndicate for the only time I found someone who could match her description was from a member of the syndicate. I believe he had retired. He was a large minotaur.
Oh. I think we know who he is.
Curious how fate works. So yes, I plan to find my sister and maybe. I don't wish to kill her. I just want to know why she did it.
You can help with that. We are not bloodthirsty for them.
And you guys, I think anyone kind of looking can see, like the arm on his, the black half of his body kind of twitches a bit. But that is the main idea. So tracking the syndicate itself down kind of is a byproduct of trying to track down my sister.
It could help to gather mutual interests. We are not bloodthirsty for them. I'm mainly after their leaders and whatever artifact they're carrying.
Me, the younger sister, or the older sister?
She was my older sister.
Older.
I suppose, I don't know if it helps if you have this info or not, but her name is Geo Vestikov.
Take a look in that book.
Yeah, would that name like ring any bells from what like we've been researching, or has that name been brought up by anything?
Not that name specifically.
Oh.
But,
In the picture, in the book, is there any half white, half like people? Because I'm like comparing to him.
there are
I
no
don't know
people
how to-
that there are no people that match his unique physical description.
Yeah, I love the idea that like it's just not like, oh, that's just how he's always looked. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
here.
that's just how his people look. Let me see if I can find another one like him.
Yeah.
Woods is a very simple man. Not
I
to
don't
say
know how organic beings work.
not to say unintelligent, but
I think anybody would think that, honestly. It's
like if you didn't explain it, he'd just think Paige is just another human.
true. Just a shorter human.
Yeah, you guys, you fleshy people confuse me at times. I don't know who's at times.
And I think the features among them are quite distinct.
Okay.
So I suppose I'm not in your mind.
We'll have to keep an ear out for that name.
I could, if you've got images to reference off, I could just tell you what she looked like from memory.
But then again, you've aged 10 years since the last time you saw her.
Exactly, so she could have changed drastically.
Well-
I think it'll happen naturally over the course of the investigation.
It's almost like I have a particular member already in mind for that.
Crazy how that works.
But by the way, how does it work, the skin stuff?
Oh,
He's not supposed to look like that?
no, it's not supposed to look like this. It sort of happened as a result of getting my magical powers, so to speak.
Oh, I think I get it.
Yeah. I was blessed by the word of Twilight. And these changes just sort of occurred naturally.
Neat. Is your guy in your head too?
Well, I can commune with him should I need guidance.
Interesting.
I think it would help to know. I guess I don't have to say it because you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I have to
Yes.
act as Krell, who doesn't know.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think she could tell that he's lying, obviously.
Yeah.
Right there, I wanted the Woods to find out, like, is he
And-
lying? I'm examining this person.
Hence why Krell only responded, interesting.
Yeah. So yes, I can commune with the Ward of Twilight. That's kind of how I figure out what I can do that day or not. Though he has granted me some rather intense magics. Yeah. Intense.
It's one way to put it.
I mean, some of these spells are fucking wild.
Welcome to
Moonbeam's
mid-level
fucking
magic.
crazy. Moonbeam's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, it is.
But, you know, I don't think my origin matters nearly as much as figuring out what I can contribute to this operation as a whole.
Well, we do know that the wolf is a very strong guy. Well, supposedly so. So I think as a backup for Spoon would work better than to keep guard for me. I can take care of myself.
Yes, you certainly look as such. You don't look any kind of flimsy or easy to knock over.
Oh, thank you. See, Spoon, that's how you greet people.
Crow just pushes
Yeah.
him right off the chair. Just one hand, just push.
Well, I didn't want to say it out loud, but you know, I was. Yes. So the parade is in what, a week? You said.
Something like that.
Very well. That would give me enough time to figure out my accommodations.
What are you
Can I
randomly?
transform Crow into a little mouse?
Well, she gets to make a wisdom save. Do you want to take that
She
chance?
Yeah, I want to
Jesus
take that chance.
Christ.
18.
Oh shit.
Ah,
She punches you again.
I don't. I don't. I don't know how to feel about this.
As I said, they're unorthodox, but they get the job done.
I suppose anything here could be considered unorthodox. I mean, this is a motley crew of people.
Also, I think Crow would technically be considered a shape changer.
Well. Regardless, I look forward to seeing this shadowy mystery, possible criminal organization get taken down.
Oh, it's always good to find new mates.
Yes, indeed. I haven't been in the presence of semi-trustworthy figures in quite a while. I've been alone for a good few months now.
Semi-trustworthy figures.
Oh, that's why it suddenly got hot in here. My heat just kicked on.
Ooh, fun. So, aside from getting a bunch of zombies, are there any other preparations for the parade plan?
Well, we still gotta get a map of the sewers so we know what direction we're gonna run with this, or
Ah,
to
did
kind
they
of
just steal
bottleneck
a
them
map of
too.
the sewers?
I don't know. Do they have it? So we have to go to city planning.
Again with the city planning.
City planning, I see.
I mean, or one of us that doesn't need to breathe could just go draw a map.
Yeah. It wouldn't be too. Yeah, I mean, sewers are meant to be able to. You're supposed to be able to patrol them should any piping issues occur, so I don't think it'd be that hard to just go and draw a map. Though I suppose I can understand the appeal of not wanting to go into the sewers.
You're right. I should probably not break into so many places that I should not definitely break into.
Are you saying
'Cause
you've
I do-
broken into City Hall before?
No. I misplaced my surroundings and left.
Ah, of course. You just ended up in City Hall. Yes, of course, yes. That happens to me all the time.
The fact that all of us are only speaking in half-truths at this point.
Compulsive liars.
it's
Besides
all-
getting them.
It's almost like one of us is a master illusionist or something.
Crazy.
Alright, what were you saying, Sam?
Also, we have to investigate the houses along the routes that have the mark on them.
Oh yeah,
I know
you're
it's a
looking
few
into
blocks away,
that.
but I'm breaking into one of those houses within this week.
Well, I was gonna say, make sure you have a week's worth of downtime things prepared
Ooh.
for next week's session, because that is where this one is ending.